and we have a little circuit built up here showing all the drills and strengthening exercises necessary to be done. We have a group of players who will go from one drill to the next and one exercise to the next, showing the routines which must be followed. So the first of these drills is a lateral movement between cones. The first player gets on the cone and he starts going side by side on his toes, arms up between the cones. Now the frog leaps right down on the haunches and the arms propelling the body forward. Now this is followed by a stride lengthening drill where the cones are spaced 6 inches or 150 millimeters longer or further apart than a normal player's stride. Player starts, hits the first cone and bounds and leaps forward, trying to hit each cone. Then it jogs back, and this is a drill which lengthens the player's strides, and the cones can be set to suit individual players. Next one on a bench, 20 times step ups with the right leg. As soon as the rear foot hits the ground, bouncing back up, 20 times with that leg, moving on to the next one. And this builds up power in the thighs. Okay, the next exercise develops the abdominals with 2 players opposing one another, throwing the ball from behind the head and sitting up at the same time. Good exercise for developing a six-pack. Strong abdominals are necessary in order to get the knees up, and for pull-ups, which you'll see later on, and just about any other thing involving leg movement and upper body strength. Okay, now we see a variation of high knee drills, where the runner standing has his hands at belly button height and the other runner gets knees up. They do this for 30 seconds each. You see the player on the left there getting his hands set, and the player on the right trying to hit the hands. You can see the lady player is much better than the player on the left, getting the knees up to the hands. The next one is arm action. Here again, the players are opposite one another, getting the arms right, and after a brief session of getting the arms right, they pump for 30 seconds rapidly. Notice the arms go up to shoulder height and back as though something's putting something in the pocket. Okay, the next strengthener is for the ankles. 2 players there on a step, on the toes, lowering the heels as far as possible and stretching up as high as possible. And this is done 15-20 times. Maybe takes about 20 seconds before moving on to the next drill. Now we're going to do angled push-ups. Body at 30 to 45 degrees on toes. Chin goes right down to the top of the wall, which is at shoulder height. We do 3 circuits here. In the first circuit, would involve doing 20 of these angle push-ups. Next would be 15 on the next circuit, and 10 on the final and third circuit. The circuit would involve going around 3 times, doing each of the drills 1 time. Here the next drill is pull-ups. The runners jump up onto the bar, overhand, try to do between 5 and 10 pull-ups, getting the chin right up to the bar. Now we're doing a sand running drill where we've got 3 cones 15 meters apart. Runners jog, sprint to the farthest cone first, then jog back, driving through the sand. This develops power needed for developing a strong kick in football, and for developing power for speed. The runners jog back, they turn around, and then we'll go to the next cone. This is step downs and step ups. We're doing step downs at the moment. Do one length to the longest cone, which is 45 meters apart. We jog back and around the first cone and on to the next marker. It's running on the left here, sprinting, driving his arms on his toes to the shortest marker. Runner should be able to jog back. There's a lady player. She's going to the farthest out cone. That's the farthest one for a step down. She'll jog back and she'll do 2 more. One to the next cone down, and then one to the shortest cone. Now one set will include a step down from the longest to the medium to the short cone, and a step up from the short cone to the medium cone to the long cone. The shortest distance is 15 meters. Second cone is at 30 meters, and the third cone is at 45 meters. So one set will be part of the circuit.